generation of vipers, how can ye be evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth good things. An evil man out of the evil treasures bringeth forth evil things. That's why sometimes I tell people, when you're dealing in relationships and stuff, don't be blinded by the love and the sex. Because you know what? Sex obscures judgment. I remember this person I was dealing with, I saw they was crazy, something was wrong with them. All that. I seen everything. I'm like, I ain't messing with this girl. I know she a little crazy. And they called her madam. I told you about madam. They called her madam. When you call a woman madam, she gonna kill you. But I had to be one of the ones that think, she was something wrong with her. But I messed around with madam. Madam wasn't so crazy after I messed around with her. Madam made sense. But madam was just as crazy when before I messed with her. Or y'all say, I hooked up with her. But something happened. The fairy dust came on me. Madam didn't speak crazy no more. Madam didn't do quirky little things. Madam didn't act like she was going to kill you at times. You ever had a person that switch up on you real quick? They smiling. And, I remember I was hanging out with her. I couldn't hang out too long. I was watching a movie. And I said something about a lady was on there. And she said, you think she look good? I said, yeah, she's fantastic. Oh, so you think she look better than me? I said, what? You would like somebody like her more than me. I said, no. You asked me a question, and I agreed. Then we got a whole argument about a girl on a movie. I said, what is wrong with you? Then I apologized for something I didn't do. But I didn't know low self-esteem was in her treasure box. And she pulled it out. Oh, I ain't gonna talk about women only. I'm gonna talk about that crazy man you got. The one who think he's so slick. The one who think he's so cool. The one he think he got, the pretty Ricky, the pretty ones that try to be pretty. The guys that not that pretty, but they try to act pretty. I see some guys, they wear the nice clothes, but you look at them, they look like a roach. Or a bug. You ever seen those guys and they think they got it going on, and and they're about this big and they think they And I don't knock nobody having high, but some Bible say you shouldn't think highly of yourself more than you are. Because some people think they're too cute. Some think they're too pretty. And let me say something to anybody. I don't care how you can be fine at 25. Nobody that great looking when you're 50. You're getting old. Don't play. But some people got treasures, but they don't grow. Sometimes you got to clean out your treasure box. What the gold that worked for you when you were 25 and the gold ain't going to work with you when you're 40, when you're 30. You got to clean up what's in your box. What kind of attitude you have. If you see people pop off and have a hot head, they got angers in their box, in their treasure. And treasure is what you value. Some people will leave a good person and keep their anger. Instead of them changing the way they are, you crazy, something wrong with you. And you trying to ignore the fact that I ain't like that. I told you, if 5 people say something wrong with you, something wrong with you. If a guy, a friend over in Nigeria, and they said, somebody in Nigeria said, Terry is crazy. Terry is crazy. And he over in Nigeria saying it. You got to find out and measure yourself. Find out what's inside of you. The Bible says, let a man examine himself. See if you're in the faith. See if you got some sense. Talk to other people and find out if you by yourself a lot, because I'm by myself a lot. I measure myself. I know something wrong with me. That's why I talk about me. I know I got quirks. I know I got a little OCD. I know I got a little dyslexia. People say, well, why are you saying that about yourself? Because I know everybody around me crazy too. I told you, let me have a camera by yourself and you didn't know the camera was on and go and follow you the whole day, 24 hours with you. Then put it on the internet. Wonder what we will see in your treasure box. What things that we will find out about you that nobody else will know. And people can be married with folk and don't know folk do stuff. And I do some, and like I said, I know I do some crazy stuff. And I said to myself, the Spirit God said, I'm glad no one saw that. You ever said to yourself when you do stuff and you're like, I hope nobody, or you look around, even though you're in the house by yourself and see, I see that. But you got to find out what's in your treasure. Jesus said one thing about it. He said, we got a generation of vipers, snakes, folk will play like they're happy. Folk will come in imaginative things. Everybody's in their representative, but if you let people talk sometime, stop running your mouth and listen. People will tell you who they are if you just listen. Because the Bible said, out of the mouth is going to bring forth what's in your heart. It's going to bring what's valuable to you. It's going to let you know what's valuable to them. Had you ever had somebody you talking to and somebody else came along and they just walked away from you because they were more important? Like you had a conversation going on with them and so on, or somebody called you and they just cut you right off. Well, I know that's more important than me because my conversation, oh, see you later, bye-bye. And I'm like, oh, okay, bye. You don't feel good. But that person, and not busting on that person, but that person is more valuable to you than who you're talking to. But when people do that to me, I don't get on the phone or get off the phone for you. Because I know I'm not that important to you. This is the way it is. Some people like people better than others, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I say do it in a class way, do it in a respectable way, but you will know what's important to them. You got people divorced over things that's not important. The man want to watch a football game more than he want to look at you. The football game is his treasure. Some of y'all want to run out here, and I'm going to make sure you get out early so you can watch the Super Bowl. All right, Pastor. I know it. All right, Pastor. That's why I ain't got nothing special on this afternoon service. So you can get home and watch the Super Bowl. Because some people treasure is more than the Super Bowl than God. That's why they pack out the stadiums more than they come to church. Bible said there are more lovers of pleasures than lovers of God. But that's your treasure. But Bible said make sure your treasure is where it can be cankered and moth eaten. Nothing on here is worth. You die naked, you're going to leave naked. You in the lifespan, your life is like a vapor, like a bubble, it will pop on you. Ain't nothing on this earth is more important than your God. Jesus better be your real treasure. Because you know what? You can have money. I had money. I had a wife. I had all that, and it was taken away with me like that. Devil came right in like a flood. And you know what Bible said? You know what?
my treasure was there, and I wish I never had it, because the Bible says it's better to not know. Sometimes it's better not, I'd rather not have money than have money. Never had money, you don't know what you're missing. But you had money and you were like boom, boom, boom. I remember I had money on my dresser, like bam, I had 50s, 100s. You think I was selling something. Had a sports car and did this and did that, and I had back in the day before y'all had all this contacts. I'm telling myself, we had brothers. We had a phone book, and I had stars beside certain women's names. And I ain't gonna say no more than that. And them the ones I deal with, them the ones I want to deal with, and them the ones were just friends. And you knew your category. But that's when you had contact. That's how you kept it. But I had all that, and you know what? I could afford each and every one of them. But then something happened. My money got low. Job change. I bought a house. I had to be responsible. Then I had to crazy enough to get hooked up with a fool, and they took all my money. But was my money my treasure? Bible says we love money more than God. You can't serve two masters. You can't serve God and mammon, money. You're going to hold the one or leave the other. That's why I say don't put nothing on this earth that can be taken away from you. Christ can't be taken away from you. God can't be taken away from you. You can lose your house, you can lose your money, you can lose your health, you can lose your mind for a minute, but don't lose your God. Don't lose Christ. That makes sure Christ is the treasure in your life, because you know what? That treasure will stand the test of time. Through the hardest time of my life, I kept Jesus. And you know what? Life has peaks and it has valleys. But if you hold on to God, He will help you. He'll tell you how to keep the peak, but He'll help you go through those valley times. Everything has a season. And then we always talk about, it's your season to be blessed. We say that real good in church. But what if your season to be broke, to be sick, to be lonely? We don't sing about that. You get them season too. And we only preach about the good part of season, but don't preach about the bad part of season. But through the good and the bad, God will bring it through you. Christ will bring it through you all. Jesus will help you through it all. He said, He promised you. He said, you will have trouble, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. We don't want to preach that trouble part, because you're going to have some treasures. And you know how you really get good treasure? You know the real important, the most valuable treasure? The valuable treasure is not when you think going right. You really get the treasure when everything hell breaks loose in your life. You know, my bad times are more valuable to me than my good. My bad make me appreciate the good. Because the treasure now, when folk left me, when folk walked away from me, people that you helped, they don't help you. Folk, you pick up their phone call, stop picking up your phone call when you was in trouble. Folk that rejected you and all this other stuff happened when you went down and you were crying by yourself. And all I had was Jesus, 2 o'clock in the morning, regulating my mind because I feel like I was going to kill myself and kill somebody. When I was broke, didn't know what to do, where to go, how I'm going to make it. When the fear of the future scared me, I had God. And so when God regulated my mind, I learned how to develop strength. He said, you are made strong in weaknesses. Now that treasure, now you can't tell me nothing that God can't deliver. You could use back then before I went through something, you could talk down God to me, but you can't talk God down to me now because I know when I ain't had nothing, when I was about to lose something, God brought me through. It ain't because I'm some preacher, it's because I went through something. I can tell you, God do work. God still bless. God still heal. God still deliver. God still bring you out. God still regulate your mind, and God will change. And after you done suffer for a while, he said, I'm gonna he said, when you be tried by fire, see where you are, see what kind of treasure you got in your box. He said, whether it be wood, stubble, or hay, God will try what you got in your treasure box. And if it ain't gold, gold is the only thing that don't burn. Now, it might melt, but it ain't going to dissolve. And God might put some heat on you because he's going to be a potter. He's going to put you on the wheel. He's trying to give you same person, but new mentality. Same person, but new outlook. Same person, but new perspective. What you used to mess me up with last year or 2 years ago, you can't say it to me no more. You can't hurt my feelings no more. You're going to see a strength in me. That's my goal. I used to worry about how people thought. I used to worry about when I first, how did I do